Well, I thought it was a great game. I thought give Iowa a lot of credit. They made some big plays, got off to a good start, and Moss I thought was fantastic, especially in that first half. He really got it going, and he made 4 threes in the first half, and really kind of gave them a lot of energy. I felt really good at halftime, and we were down 4, but they shot 55% from the field. Now we turned them over 10 times, and that kept us in the game, and we did what we always do. We're 6th or 7th in the country getting fouled going into tonight's game, and we shoot 25 free throws to their 15. But we just had some inexperienced plays out there, and we just couldn't take advantage, just couldn't get over the hump when we had some chances. I think we missed 5 layups. A couple of them were in big moments. We were down 3. I think Mooney misses a layup. Tyler Peterson in the zone, we dump it down, he misses a layup. And when you play a really good team like Iowa, there's a reason they're, the first 4 out. You don't have to play perfect, but you have to be able to finish plays. And just some 50-50 balls we didn't come up with. I think one in the first half where Tyler Flack has 2 hands on the ball and he kind of fumbles it and falls right into, I believe, 35's hands. How do you say his name? Pemsel. And he gets an uncontested layup. And when you're when you're so undersized and maybe not quite as talented, obviously you just can't afford those types of errors. And so, but I'll tell you, I'm so proud of these guys. And the NIT is such a great tournament. You look at the teams that are in this thing, or were in it after some of yesterday's games, but what a great draw for us in terms of we have so many. Obviously, we're a team in the Midwest at the University of South Dakota, and the rich tradition of Iowa basketball, and our footprint is being in the Midwest and to be able to play a school like Iowa, where we have so many kids from Nebraska and Minnesota and just the whole Midwest. Everybody understands what's going on, so our guys are really excited about it. Played super hard, just made some mistakes, and they were able to take advantage of us. So, but proud of this team. We've come so far from our first practice in June when we were preparing to go to Spain for 10 days. I told the guy, Tristan Simpson, I think, turned it over about 15 times in that first practice. He had such a high dribble. Brandon Armstrong thought a tag was like frozen tag. You don't know what a screen and roll tag was. And I could go right down the line with our guys, but have 10 newly eligible guys in our program, and really only 2 guys that have played over 12 minutes a game in Division I basketball in terms of an average, and that was Tyler Flack, our 1 senior, and Matt Mooney, who was the 6th Man of the Year runner-up at the Air Force Academy. Couldn't be prouder of the chemistry. I've coached for 21 years, and it just doesn't get any better than this team has been for us. So very coachable, can take hard coaching, and came up a little bit short, and I was going to do some damage, I think, here in the NIT.
Questions for Coach?
Quick, were the tough things about the game the ones you expected to be difficult for your team?
Well, obviously the Summit League is a good league, but certainly the speed, the size, the length of guys, certainly obviously the big guys are wide bodies. Iowa's not like the biggest team in the world height-wise. We played Gonzaga this year, and they had like 4 7-footers. But they're wide bodies, right? So that level of physicality we don't see on a night-to-night basis. And then for the perimeter guys, there's just a lot of length. I thought we did a great job of not turning it over, and that's one thing our teams have always been good at, and certainly we emphasize that like crazy in practice. But I thought if we could keep it under 12 or less is what we told our guys in the turnover department, we'll have a good chance of winning the game. And we had some opportunities, we just couldn't take advantage of it. So it's definitely a different speed. What in our league, what appears to be gaps, usually you can get to the gap. And there were some moments tonight, it looked like there was a gap, and it closed really, really quick. And it closed because of the speed, and it closes because of the length, in particular with the perimeter guys. So, yeah, you just try to keep it. I mean, certainly we game plan like crazy, and we were doing, we normally try to switch 1 through 4. We could only do that really when Bear was their 4-man. It's tough for us to switch 1 through 4 when Wagner's their 4-man, right? Or I thought the lineup that hurt us the most was when they played Cook with Pemsel. Just the physicality of those guys. And we didn't switch 1 through 4 when those guys were in. We hard hedged on Bohannon and Jock. And then we kind of soft hedged on the rest of the guys until what's number 4's name? Until Moss got going. Then we had to hard hedge on him, and that was fairly effective. So they put a lot of pressure on you on offense, and it's such a fine line. We like to get up and down, but like I said in the pregame radio, when Iowa's only won 2 games this year when they've scored less than 78 points. Right? They've only won 4 games when they've scored less than 80. And so it's a fine line. When you're maybe not quite as good, you want to get out and run. I thought we hurt them early in the game, especially in transition. But it's the old catch-22. Are you going to win a racehorse game with them? And Coach McCaffrey's always done a great job of playing 10, 11 guys. They always go deep into the bench, and they just kind of wear you down after a while.
Rick, did you pretty dead even on the offensive glass with this team? But I thought one of the biggest differences in the game was the fact that they were just more efficient with their second chances.
They had 18 second chance points to our 7. I mean, that one possession, my goodness. I mean, Hurst kind of missed was it a reverse layup? I thought it was clean. It just kind of crawled off the rim. And then I think Hurst might have got it right back and got it blocked. And then Hagedorn got it. And he didn't, we tell our guys, big guys especially, but all our guys chin the ball. And that was a prime example. He brought it all the way down and kind of comes back up and kind of crotches it up there when the guard was in there swiping at it. And then I think we got another one and got fouled. But, so you got to be efficient when you get those opportunities, certainly, and they made us pay. It was 12-12. We had 2 guys get all ours. I mean, Carlton Hurst is such a warrior. Like, he's a really good basketball player. He doesn't always show with his total numbers, but 7 points tonight on 3 shots, 5 for 6 from the line, 5 offensive boards, 2 defensive for 7 rebounds. And then Trey Birch Manning's been a warrior all year for us, has 4 offensive rebounds, but we just didn't. I always go right where Trey gets one, it goes up, and there's, it's like a volleyball just getting batted out there. But, I mean, we have when I say Gata, we have get after their butts kind of guys, right? That's an acronym. And, we let it all on the line, and it just wasn't quite enough tonight. But, like I said, proud of our effort, and just got to take advantage of those opportunities, though. We really felt like we had a good chance to make some noise.
Is Dickerson okay? I went there.
Great. That's a great question. He had a concussion. I went back to put him in, and like, no. Like, okay. He's got a concussion. And so, and he must, because, it took a long, well, you guys were with Coach McCaffrey, but, you end the season, and you coach for 21 years, and a lot of times, our season is so long, and I think I might have said this after our Summit League tournament, but, football and volleyball, they have a 3.5-month season. Even if they go, deep, it's unless you're obviously in a bowl game at the BCS level. But basketball is, literally our first practice was September 27th or 28th, right? You get those 30 practices in those 42 days. And a lot of times, if you truly aren't a close-knit team, if you truly don't have a tight-knit coaching staff, and I love our coaching staff, you're at wit's end. Right? I mean, my wife's sick of me all the time. She always tells me to go recruit it. And so it saves the relationship. But when you have that kind of team, it's so enjoyable going to practice. I mean, I love going to practice. And I think our guys do too. It shows. And so, we talked to the team afterwards. And, for our team, we were picked 7th, 8th, or 9th. We had one poll picked us 7th. That was the Summer League. Everyone else, the other 6 publications picked us 8th and 9th. And we were regular season champions outright. And we lose on a buzzer beater, in the semis, and we play these guys tough to the wire, or gave ourselves some chances late in the game. And Tyler Flack is our only senior, and I just can't speak highly enough about Tyler Flack and how far that guy has come in 3 years, maturity-wise, game-wise, and we use him as an example to our team, and then we just open it up for questions, and literally every guy on our team spoke except for our 5 freshmen. They just don't know what to say. And there's so many years where guys just want to sprint out of that locker room and so happy to go to spring break. And our guys just want to keep playing because they love basketball and they literally love playing with each other. And I'm not trying to sound like a utopia or anything, but it's, Coach, 21 years, it's very, very rare to see this type of a team.